Good afternoon, everybody. Today is Sunday, March the 21st, 2021. It's a little bit before 2 o'clock here in Northwest Alabama. I'm late getting on here, but I'll explain why in a minute. My name is Shelly, and this is my channel, Proverbs 31:22. I apologize for the glare on my glasses. I'm filming at a different angle just because I wanted to show the quilt behind me, because I didn't feel like grabbing anything else out and put it on the design wall, honestly. I tried taking off my glasses to film, but I am blind as a bat, so I wouldn't be able to read anything I need to read for my list and info. So anyway, if you are new here, welcome to my channel. This is where I share about my stitching, cross-stitch, and quilting mostly. Mostly cross-stitch, some quilting, and sometimes I tat. I do know how to crochet. I haven't crocheted anything in a long time. Sometimes I sew stuff. So anyway, it's just my stitching home on YouTube. So if you're new, welcome. I hope you see something that you like, and if you do, hit the like button, and if you want to stay up to date with me, just click the button to subscribe. Everybody who's coming back, thank you guys for coming back to spend some time with me. Believe me, I know there are so many great floss tubers out there, to the point where I'm having problems keeping up. So the fact that you come and spend some time with me here on my channel, it means a lot. It really does. I am behind on responding to comments. I've seen all of your comments, and I apologize I haven't responded yet or even hearted some of them, but I will get caught up on that either today or tomorrow. So a little bit of a life update. I didn't get a whole lot of stitching done this week. I didn't feel well, like Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So I just didn't feel good. Very exhausted, hurting in my body. Don't know if it was a fibromyalgia flare or what it was, but I just didn't feel good. So I only have a little bit of stitching. I do have an FFO to share, though, and I'm so excited because I finally have a piece to hang on my wall. Finally, I got some haul, and then I'll show you what I stitched on this week. So yesterday was the first day of spring. Yay! On the calendar anyway. It was a little chilly here the last couple of days in Northwest Alabama, so I guess Mother Nature didn't get the calendar event or whatever, but you know, on Facebook, my memory feed came up with what I had done 10 years ago yesterday, which was go to the botanical gardens in Huntsville with my older daughter and my oldest grandson, Nathan, who was then 2 years old. And so I don't know, I had some moments looking at those pictures, because now he's like 5'10", he's taller than I am, he talks like a man, and it's just sort of like, I don't know, I grieved over that little boy that's not here anymore, even though it's silly. I mean, he's here in a different form, but just, I don't know where the time goes, really. But anyway, I did that 10 years ago yesterday, and my husband and I ended up going to Huntsville yesterday, just on the spur of the moment. We, last year for Mother's Day, him and the kids got me a swing. It's like two anti-gravity chairs that are connected with a little console in the middle, and it has a canopy over it. And during one of the storms, it got blown over, and the canopy got ripped to the point where we had to just tear it off. So my husband came up with a design of what we could make to replace it. So we needed to get that material. And so at first I said, do you want to go shopping for material? And he's like, okay, and then I was thinking about it, and it's like, I really would like to go to Home Goods. I've been reorganizing at my house, and I need some, like, I'm reorganizing my vanity right now, so I needed like some little storage organizers for makeup and stuff, and I just wanted to go to Home Goods. I haven't gone, and that's the first time I've gone in like 2 years, because the last couple of times I've gone that end of the, state, I haven't gone there. It was crazy, insane, the amount of people in there. It was wild. But anyway, we did go run to Huntsville and did that. We went by Patches and Stitches, which is one of the needlework shops in our area. I got some things from there. We did have our Stitchy Serenity Stitchers of the Shoals meeting this past Thursday, and there was 3 of us there, so I was happy that it wasn't just me. We had a nice time stitching together. The food court at the mall was really the perfect place because it wasn't very crowded. We had plenty of space to spread out. I brought, wipes and stuff to wipe everything down before anybody sat at tables, and I wiped down the tables. The tables were okay. I think they're doing a good job of cleaning up, those. But nobody thinks about, like when I was working at the urgent care, I always try to think about what are people touching? Not just the obvious things, but, what are they touching with their hands? So when I was at the mall, I wiped the tables down, and then I wiped the backs of the chairs, because people will use their hands to pull that out, right? Disgusting. So I will definitely, whenever we go, wipe all the chairs as well as the tables. But anyway, we had a good time there. I had gone to town early that day to stop at Joann's. I needed a few things, mainly some floss. And I had a massage appointment, which was greatly needed. And then after the meeting, Melissa and I went back to Joann, and so I picked up some more stuff. So some stuff that I had forgot, and then some other stuff that I just ran across as we were looking around. So I do have a little bit of haul to show. We did have, on Friday, Malachi had his third tournament game, and they did lose, so they're out of it. But he had a good learning experience this season. They played pretty good. Their best player wasn't able to play Friday, so, but his little brother, this guy's little brother played, and Malachi's 8, but this little boy's like maybe 5, so they let him play on the team because they were short some players. And he was so entertaining. I mean, it was fun watching him because, he's not, he's 5, so he's not coordinated to the point where he can, he did dribble some, but then he would just, run and not dribble. And the refs just let it fly because, the other team was beating them. So it didn't matter the outcome of the game. But he was not scared of the ball at all. I mean, and he would just, go up there to the goal and shoot and make shots. So I think he was probably the highest scorer for their team. So I loved watching him. It was fun. So last week, I had technical difficulties. I am filming on my laptop again today. Hopefully I will be able to save it and upload it from here. I went through all of my files and deleted everything that I knew was obvious that was there. Like I recorded in QuickTime, and then I don't always, but sometimes I'll bring it into iMovie so I can add pictures, or if I make a mistake saying something, I can add the text to correct myself. I don't really edit anything because I'm not savvy enough to do that, but anyway, I had gone into all those folders and deleted every video out, And then today I was looking at the memory again going, what is the deal? Why am I out of space? I don't understand. And so I noticed that there was something in my files that was taking up like 40 gigabytes, and it was in iMovie. So, long story short, in iMovie, there's this thing called events. And even though I had deleted, the projects, the events were still in there with the videos and everything. So I had like 4 or 5 that I had to delete. So I'm hoping that this works, because I like filming on my laptop a whole lot better than on my phone. Okay, I think that's all the life update. Stitching. Let's get into stitching. So let me just share real quick with quilting. I did quilt some. Yesterday was National Quilting Day. I didn't quilt a lot, but I did quilt some on my my younger daughter. I'm making her a quilt for her birthday, which was this past October, her 30th birthday. And I had part of it done, but I didn't have all of it. So I've just been working on it, and told her that she will definitely get it before her 31st birthday. So I've been working on it. And it's a king-size quilt, so it's a very daunting task. I'm hand quilting it, so I think I need to do like 144 arcs of 6 lines. So I haven't counted to see how far I am. But anyway, this is what I did yesterday. I can't lift up the quilt and show you guys because it's just a behemoth and it weighs so much, and it's just crazy how much it weighs. So anyway, that's what I did yesterday. One of them. I actually did 2 arcs yesterday. I try to do 1 set of, arcs every day, but it doesn't always work out that way. So I've really got to get on it and get it done. But anyway, that's what I'm working on quilting-wise, and that's all that I worked on this week, quilting. As far as stitching goes, last week I had misspoke when I said that my March Mayhem piece would be Quaker de Noël. I knew there was something in between the one that I finished, which is Bloom-Topia, and the Quaker de Noël. So I realized that it was Feels Like Home. And this was a release by Fat Quarter Shop last year from Mania. And so, if you're new, my March Mayhem, which is a group that will be linked below, a Facebook group, I'm working on pieces that are close to being finished. And so, I've gotten 3 finished so far this month. As far as like old whips, I did get, another sow finished, but old whips, I think it's 3. And I'm making good progress on this one. So this is stitched on a 28 count antique white Monaco. And I am using called for flosses, some overdyed and some DMC. And so when I picked it up at the beginning of this past week, I had all this top part in the Feels Like, and I had part of the H done. So I got all of the home done, and then I've started on the roses. And I'm pretty sure I'm caught up. No, I may be a little bit behind. I'm supposed to be working on the fence already. But it's okay. I'll just work on it until it's finished. But I love this piece so much. It's so cute. I love the little bird. I think I want to stitch him again on a small because I just love him. He's just precious. And I'm stitching that 2 strands of floss over 2 threads. So that was my March Mayhem piece. Then I'm also doing 4 stitch-alongs right now. One is 3 of them are with Fat Quarter Shop, and one is just on its own. It's Stitching Book Club. So the first one that I stitched on from Fat Quarter Shop is the Prim and Proper from Lori Holt. And I'm loving this, y'all. I'm loving how this is coming out so much. So I'm stitching it on 14 count chalkboard black Aida. And I am having to change colors. I've had to change the border color from brown. I changed some colors inside here. And then on the urn, I follow Natalia at the Red Thimble on Instagram, and she made some changes to her urn. Like she did some little flower shapes up in the up here, and then she did something else on the bottom. I don't remember exactly, but I knew that I wanted to do something to accentuate the urn a little bit more, but I didn't want to copy her exactly. And so I just took the this color right here, which is 12 grain from Classic Colorworks, and I just outlined the bottom of the little swag, and then I did the little band at the bottom, which was supposed to be I think it's supposed to be this color. I don't remember, but anyway, it's not supposed to be the white, but I just went ahead and made it white, and I love it. I love how it's coming out. I'm using some of the called for DMCs, and then a bunch of Victorian motto. The pink is a Victorian motto. This purple, the teal is a Victorian motto. The yellow, this dark color here. The greens are Victorian motto. And so I'm absolutely loving how it's coming out. And I'm, been focusing a lot on this because I really want to stay caught up. I don't want to get behind. I want to finish it at the end of this month and then be able to FFO it. And I'm stitching this 2 strands of floss on Aida. So that's Prim and Proper. And then they're also doing the Shine On Stitch Along with the pattern from Bonnie and Camille's quilt book. It's from the Quilt Bee book. And this is the pattern. And this just includes the schedule of, what's supposed to be completed by which date. I am not up to date on this one, but it will be very easy to get it caught up. Once I'm done with Prim and Proper, I'll be able to catch this one up because each of the sections are really small. So I did work on, at Malachi's basketball game, I worked on filling up these X's. I didn't quite get them complete, but I did work on filling them up some more. And then I started the second motif and outlined some so I could just fill in, if I'm stitching on the go. So, and then there's another one that's right here, that's part 3, and I haven't even started that yet. And it's supposed to be finished by the 24th. So, this is stitched on 28 count Zweigart even weave that I picked up at Hobby Lobby. And I'm using the call for Cosmo flosses, using 2 strands over 2 threads. And that's going to be really fun. That's going to be a fun stitch. And I like that the installments are small, so. Okay. They did start their Serendipity. They started it last week. I started it this week. I wasn't able to start it on the 15th because I had cut into my Avignata, my Navy Aida, jeez, to work on another project and thought I would have enough left. I didn't. So when I went to Joann on Thursday, that was one of the things I had to pick up. So I was finally able to start it on Friday. This is what it will look like. And I wanted to have, let's see, basically from the 15th onward, I wanted to stitch 2 of these little motifs a day, and all I got done was 1. So this is on 14 count Navy Ada, not Avianada. And I'm stitching with the called for DMC flosses, 2 strands. I think it's cute. It's going to be really pretty. I love that it marries, you know, my love of quilting with my love of cross stitch. Love that. So the other SAL I did get caught up on, the Sense and Sensibility from Stitching Book Club. So I finished the most recent installment. I can't show a picture because it is a mystery. I love it. It's so pretty. It's not my colors at all, but oh my goodness, I just love it. She did a conversion for people that were going to stitch on white that has some purples, and I seriously considered doing it on white and using, because, you know, purple, I love purple, but I don't know, I just love this combination of this. It's an evening blue dyed 28 count even weave, and I'm using the called for DMC flosses, 2 strands over 2 threads. I love it. Absolutely love it. And the installments are really easy enough to keep current on it so I don't get behind. I hate when I feel like I'm behind on a SAL. So I also stitched a little bit on my magazine monthly challenge pieces. I will link that group below. I didn't stitch on all that I had planned to stitch on, but I did stitch on 3 of them. So I stitched on the little April monthly little calendar piece, because I definitely want to get this finished in FFO before April gets here. And this is on 14 count Witchelt Ada in French lace, and I'm using just some floss from my stash, both DMC and thrifted. So this week I stitched the little bird, and then I stitched this flower, the flowers on this side. Now let me show you a picture of what it's going to look like when it's done. So I think this week I'm going to stitch the tulip, and then next week I'll stitch the umbrella. And that is from CrossStitcher magazine, December 2020 issue. And then I'm stitching on a piece that I started previously in a magazine monthly challenge. A previous month I started this, and this is Nativity Silhouette, which is it is from Just Cross Stitch, December 2020. I'd get just a little bit done on this. So I add just a little bit more of this dark purple to this side. So I'm getting close to finishing with that color, on both sides. This is 14 count chalkboard black Ada, and I'm stitching 2 strands of floss, using some called for DMC and some of my substitutions, but it's all DMC. So I have a ton of this chalkboard black Ada. So you'll see a recurring theme that I'm going to use it in a lot of projects. Seems like I was thinking of something earlier that I wanted to start, and I wanted to do it on that. I was in the Chalkful Club with Fat Quarter Shop, and they are just very, very generous with their supplies in any block of the month, or stitching club, whatever you do, they just give you more than you need. And so I have gobs of that. Like I still have probably 1 or 2 packs that aren't even opened yet, plus a bunch of pieces left over. I still have some of the smalls that I need to do of the jars that I've already completed, but I mean, they're tiny. They don't take up very much fabric, so I'm good on fabric. And the other magazine monthly challenge piece that I stitched on this week was the Blackwork squirrel. And I'm going to make this into an ornament for my older grandson. And I'm stitching it on the 14 count navy Ada, which is what I cut off of what I had. And that's why I had to go buy more for the serendipity. And this is what I got done. So I've just worked some more, just going down and filling in the little squirrel's body. I love Blackwork. If you've not tried it, try it, because it's really, I can see where it would be really addictive. So 14 count Ada in navy, and this is a DMC floss, and like some parts it's stitched with 1 thread, and then like the white parts, and I think the branches, they're stitched with 2 and even 3 strands. So those are the pieces that I worked on, my whips for the week. So I did, I showed my Bloom-Topia last video that I had finished it, and I wasn't planning on FFO'ing it anytime soon, but I don't know, Friday afternoon I was just, I don't know if I was restless or, it's just sort of, when I FFO, it's sort of like, okay, I want to FFO now, it's just sort of on the spur of the moment, and, I get in the mood to do it. So, I finished it, and now I have a piece to hang on my wall in my house. I'm so thrilled about that. I can't even tell you. This is my finish. I think it's so pretty. So I've had this frame. I got this frame at Michael's a while back. Like when this first came out, I went to Michael's to buy frames for something else I had finished. And, or not something I'd finished, but like upcoming projects. I was there and they had a sale, and I was like, okay, what are some things I'm stitching on that I'm going to want to finish? So I picked it up, and I just love it. I love it for this piece. I love it, love it, love it. So I just, I had some little yellow edging. I have gobs of this. A lady that had passed away, her son donated some stuff to our quilt guild here in Rogersville. And so this was one of the things I had bought, was a card with some yellow laces and trims. And it looks like it looks tatted, but I don't think it's hand tatted. I think it's machine, made to look like tatting anyway. And then I just backed I'm drawing a blank. A mat board. I use mat board. I don't use sticky board. I usually do my fabrics on comic book boards, but this was a little too, it was too large, so I had to use mat board for the fabric as well. I had a color that picked out that was more matching this color, which is a really deep, like coral. And I really wanted to use that, but I just laid out a bunch of fabrics, and, this is the one that looked most pleasing to the eye with the yellow little trim. So, and this was just a fat quarter that I had in my stash. I picked up this yellow ribbon a while back at Joann, I believe, knowing that, I kind of had in my mind that I was going to want to do yellow to finish this piece. So I'm not very good at making bows at all, and this is just what I came up with. I had bought these tulips at Michael's a few weeks ago. I showed them in my last video. I did have a little, like, resin little butterfly that I had found in some scrapbooking stuff a while back, and I wanted to put that in the middle. It was so perfect for it, And when I was working on it, it just cracked. And so I had this button in my stash. I would have left it blank because I did put a piece of this yellow ribbon around the middle to hide the wire, but I used some of that green, like florist wire, and you could see it through the yellow, and so I really wanted to just cover that. So I get to hang this on my wall. I can't tell you. It's like that first time that I completed a bed-sized quilt that was for me, and I got to sleep under it. You know, it's the same feeling. It's like I'm so excited to have something to hang on my wall. So I did do everything with washers and magnets so that I can pull it off if I want to change these pieces out. And I'm thinking that that the Serendipity that I'm working on now, this piece right here, I'm thinking that it may work to fit in that. And that's kind of like the blue with the light colors. It kind of reminds me of winter. This is definitely spring. And then I have a fall piece that, excuse me, sorry. It fell a while ago. I have this fall piece from Jan Hicks Creates, and it's going to fit perfectly in that piece. So I will finish this, finish this on a mat board backed with fabric, and then some floral trim to put at the top. And then, like I said, it's all on washers and magnets, so I can just change it out. So I'm excited about that. You know, really, I mean, that piece is pretty enough to hang it all year, but if you have something that's versatile enough where you're using it for multiple seasons, I think that's, very cost efficient. Okay, so that's what I stitched on. I didn't say anything about this wall hanging behind me. This was a piece that I made for Night Guild a few years ago. 2016. The theme was spring, and I love spring in Alabama with the cherry trees blooming is just gorgeous. We didn't have cherry trees or even dogwoods in Louisiana, so the springtime up here is just beautiful, and I've always loved them. So I wanted to. That's what I wanted to make. So I did the little flowers, or it's sort of like, I don't want to say a yo-yo technique because it's not really, but it's like, it's sort of like a yo-yo though, because it's just leaf shaped. Like each piece is, you gather it at the bottom so that it scrunches up, and then you just whip stitch them all together. I did put some little beads in the middle, like for stamens, just to sort of hide where it was all joined together in the middle. And then I just appliqued some cute little birds on it, and then Big Stitch hand quilted it. I did try quilting it on the machine, and it was a disaster. So, and Big Stitch is kind of my thing, so. Okay, so haul. So like I said, I went to Joann. Actually ended up going to Joann 3 times this week. I went first by that Ada, and I needed a new 333 for my Nativity silhouette. Picked that up. I went down their clearance aisle, and I found these little project cards in it was a package of 3, and they were on clearance for like $2.97. Usually these have like these small holes like this. I had never seen them with these big holes, and so usually when I make my own, I make them with this big holes. So I went ahead and picked them up. They had more. I probably should have picked up more packages of them, but I didn't. So when I went back that later Thursday evening with Melissa, I picked up a few things. Oh, I did pick up this Thursday afternoon there too. Just a little bit. They had some like wood pieces on clearance, and this was one of them. I don't know what I'm going to use it for, but I remember in the recent video, Priscilla said she used it to finish something, so I said, I need to have that on hand. So when we went back, we were looking for some little things to make, like floss ring jewelry. Melissa had made me some of that before, and I've looked at the supplies and just, I wasn't sure what she'd use. So we went to Joann thinking that we could find some of that stuff. We didn't. So we'll have to go to Hobby Lobby later to look, because she knows for sure they have it. But anyway, while we were looking around in the jewelry section, I saw these, and they had, they were running a sale on them. I don't remember how much it was, if it was 40 or 50% off, but I thought these would be really cute on some Valentine finishes. So I'll pick those up. And then when I was there earlier that day, I had forgotten to I wanted to pick up some more colors of Rit. So I picked up some colors. I want to do the little freebie from Whilst Ira Snaps with the little bunnies. And I want to dye a piece green to do those on for. I'm hoping to do that before Easter. So when I got home with my Rit dyes, it was like, when I was in the aisle of the store, it was like, I really don't fully remember exactly what colors I have. So when I got home, I decided to see if I could enter it into my X-Stitch app, and I can. So if you go to the Beads Plus section, there's like a other, and then you can do a custom entry. And so I went in and added all the Rit dyes that I have, so that when I'm in the store, I can look at that and see exactly what I need. And so if you're not familiar with the app, it's the X-Stitch Plus app. There is a fee. I think it's a yearly fee, but I really like the app because you can keep track of your flosses. And so when you're in the store, if you're wondering if you have a color, or when you're kitting up a project, you can just look in your app and see. And you can also say if that color floss is in a project somewhere, you can make a note so that you always know where your flosses are. So my friend Melissa had said that she had used some yarn to do, she dyed some yarn, some chenille, to do a trim on a piece. And I think it was made by Michelle McGraw video that she had used some chenille to trim a piece. So they had these bundles, these skeins of yarn. I think it was 50% off. And so I picked up one, and I want to try my hand at dyeing some to finish some projects with. I don't think it's probably not quite as nice as Lady Dot, but it was very cost effective. So I picked that up. And then yesterday we went to the Joann's in Huntsville and picked up some fabric to finish that canopy, but that's all I got from there then. We did go to Home Goods, and I picked up mostly the organizers from our vanity. I picked up a couple of our grandsons, when they come over, they really like ramen noodles, and their mom doesn't let them have it when they're at home. So that's like their treat when they come here. And the bowls that we have that are deep enough for them to fix it in, they're plastic, and they really get really hot in the microwave. And so my husband's been complaining that, they were going to end up burning themselves, because it was so hot trying to get it out, and they would spill it or whatever. So we picked up some bowls from Home Goods. They had some noodle bowls that had chopsticks included in it. It even has like a little hole and a little dip on one side for you to put your chopsticks in on the top of the bowl. So those were neat. So we picked them up, each one of those, and they, they'll like those. So they had a bunch of, Home Goods. I could just, give me one of everything, please. But I restrained myself, and this is all that I picked up. I thought it would be a really cute piece to finish a little Easter small on. And even if I don't use it to finish a piece, it's so cute. It's just adorable. So I had to snap that up. They had a couple of Rae Dunn things that I looked at, but I mean, I like Rae Dunn. I'm not really into her as much as other people are, but they were really pretty. I love spring. I mean, it's pastels and pretty colors. So I also, let's see. What's the best way for me to get this? Someone shared that Owl Forest was having a sale on their charts, and so I went to their website and picked up 3 PDF charts. And the 3 that I chose were, I'm getting pulled up real quick. Digital charts. I picked up the 3 Pride and Prejudice charts that they have. So, okay, so this is one, and this is Longbourn. This is Netherfield. And then this is Pemberley. Now they show it like this with the Bingleys and the Darcys, and then they also show it that you can do it with just Mr. and Mrs. Darcy, which is how I will do it. So I thought those were really pretty. And they were like, I mean, it was $12 for those 3 patterns. Can't beat it. So, Made by Michelle McGraw had shared some of her Easter smalls a while back, and one of the ones that she did was by Scattered Seeds Samplers. So I have gone to her shop several times and looked at these charts and looked at all of the things that she has. So I didn't get these yet, but like this is one of them. That is just so cute. And then this is the other one that I want to get these one day. I'm not yet because I ended up doing, she has a club and I've looked at it before and just like, oh my God, I can't pay that much. It's a quarterly club. It's called the Needlework Club. And this time it's the Little Messenger. And it's, like I said, it's quarterly. You get 4 kits. So you get a pattern, you get any templates, you get backing fabric, you get a finishing instructions, you get a needle, you get the thread, you get the linen, and you get trims or hardware. So I'll link her blog below. If you go to her blog and look at the things that she, has on there, I really like her stuff. So this was the first one from the 2021 club. And this club is all about birds. It says it's for the passionate stitcher who loves charming little bird stitcheries. Sign me up. Yes, I joined it. So, and it comes out to be like, I don't know, 30 something a quarter, 34ish a quarter. So I haven't done a club like this before, so I wanted to try it. That's what I'll say. So much out there I want to stitch. Anyway, when I was on her blog, I was looking back at some of the previous years, and she always shares she shares like what's in the different kits. And usually there's, not always, but many times there's a little charm and a piece of ribbon that you can put on your scissors. So I thought I had brought my scissors that I've been using, but I don't see them right now. I've just been using a little bitty pair of purple plastic handled little scissors that I got from Fat Quarter Shop. They've been good. They have started to feel a little dull recently, so I was already thinking that I needed to replace them. And so when I was looking at her blog, I was like, I probably should get some really pretty scissors, because these little charms and things and the little pieces of ribbon, go on really beautiful scissors. So I treated myself yesterday at Patches and Stitches and bought a pair of pretty, sorry for that, my notifications are still on my computer. These pretty pewter and gold embroidery scissors. Love them. I love them. And it's just, I've never had a really nice pair of embroidery scissors, so I'm kind of excited. So I like that. Couldn't help myself. I looked in their linen bucket while I was there, and they had this piece of 28 count cherry pink. And I've been seeing people that are stitching Winter Rose Manor by Brenda Gervais. I've talked about this the last time I showed it, that my conch wasn't quite as pink as I wanted it to be, hoped it would be, but that I was okay with it. But I keep seeing these people that are stitching the house with Chablis, and oh my goodness, it's gorgeous. What attracted me to that chart was the pink house. And so I haven't gotten very far on the house as far as stitching the siding, the pink part. So I'm going to rip it out, and I'm going to use Chablis instead. So I picked up these two skeins yesterday at Patches and Stitches. Beautiful. It's gorgeous. And they didn't have the new Jelly Bean Jubilee, but they are going to order it for me. I've been seeing a lot of people finishing those, and they're really cute, and so I want to buy them. So they're ordering them, and they will let me know when they have it. That's all I have to share. As far as my plans go, I was looking for the sheet, but I don't see it. I did do my my April plans for magazine monthly challenge pieces. I will only start, I'll start 2. I have the little calendar for May that I will do. And then the theme was April showers, so I'm going to do another one of the little flowers of the year, which I had started the February before. And I can't show it because they don't really give pictures. Like, they give just a few pictures of some of the months, but they don't give all of them. And then it's just the chart. So I can do it far back, but this is April. So I'm going to do that for the April themed one, and then I'll start the May calendar, and then I'll work on pieces that I've already started for that. So this coming week, I'm hoping to feel better. I don't really have anything going on except for a haircut appointment. I need it so bad. So I'm hoping I'll be able to keep up more on my magazine monthly challenge pieces. So I'm going to finish the Feels Like Home. I'm just going to stitch on that till it's done. It should be finished this coming week. I'm going to continue stitching on the Fat Quarter Shop stitch-alongs, I don't think we get another release on Stitching Book Club until maybe next Saturday. I think it is next Saturday, the 27th. So I don't have anything to do on that. So hopefully I'll get some time put in on my magazine pieces this week. And I'll be working on hand quilting my daughter's quilt. I don't know if I'll do any other quilting type things. It just sort of depends on how I feel. That's it, guys. That's all I've got. Not too bad, 50 minutes. Hopefully my computer saves this. Oh my gosh. I hope it saves it and lets me upload it. We'll see. But anyway, I will let you go, and I'll wish you a good week ahead, a happy Sunday, a happy start to spring, and tell you that I love you guys, and I will see you again next Sunday. Bye. Hey guys, I'm back again. I realized that when I was watching back my video that I had said that I would say why I was late starting to film. And related to that, I wanted to share some things that I have been reading, some books, because the reason why I'm late today is because I stayed up till 5 o'clock this morning reading. I've been doing that more lately than I have ever in my life. You know, I don't know what's going on. But what I was reading last night was a book by Bree Wolfe. And it's the first book in the Love Second Chance series, which is, it is, well, it's like 1800s England. Even though this book had like atrocious grammar errors and misplaced punctuation, I mean, you know, using P-A-S-S-E-D instead of P-A-S-T when it should be that. Using S-O-W-N instead of S-E-W-N, saying that someone had sewn a garment or something. That kind of thing is really one of my biggest pet peeves. But regardless of that, the storyline just kept me hooked, and I just could not stop reading. I'll link below the series. I like to read a lot of Regency era, you know, romance novels, I guess you'd call them. I like them a lot. I'm also, of course, I'm reading Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen for the Stitching Book Club. I'm loving reading that. I'm having to restrain myself because, you know, we only have a certain amount of chapters that we're supposed to read for each release of the pattern, and then the book discussion follows. And they, you know, like if you read ahead or you've already read the book, which I haven't, I've seen several of the versions of the movie, but if you read ahead, then it's chances are you may give like some spoiler alerts during the discussion. So I try to just stay, you know, restrained and read what I'm only supposed to read. So I'm loving reading that book. I've also been reading a lot of Kendra Elliott. I've read her McLean and McCallahan. Is that it? McLean and Callahan series. And I'm not sure if this one's before or after. I think it maybe started before those did. But they'll have some overlap of the characters. But right now I'm reading the Mercy Kilpatrick series. I like it a lot. It's based out in Oregon. And it's like murder mysteries, you know. FBI and police, you know, case solving, basically. So I'm liking those a lot. I think I saw the Bree Wolfe one yesterday in a post on Facebook, and it really intrigued me. It wasn't even the first book in the set, but I was able to, I do Kindle Unlimited, and Kindle Unlimited had like the whole series together in one. And so, like I said, I stayed up till 5 o'clock this morning reading, so I didn't get up till like 11 o'clock today. So that's why I'm late starting the video. And I said that I would tell you why. And I, had on my list that I wanted to share what books I was reading right now. I do love to read. I read every day. Before I go to sleep at night, I'm reading. And sometimes I don't go to sleep because I'm reading. Okay. Thanks, guys. Bye.